Obi cannot even look at our face because he's finished.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Mazi.
yes.
So
I've got the content here, man. Thank you.
Let us quickly listen to this update before he comes. Gaddafi, are you there?
Yes, Gaddafi Day here.
Okay.
Hey, I agree. I salute. I salute.
The Grand Commanders.
Hey, it's too much.
I salute all the BIAFRANS. I love you all. As we wait for our Prime Minister, we move. We are not giving up. Remember,
yes,
we promised you Biafra. Biafra we must get.
Yes, sir.
We will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra.
Amen.
Thank you. 247, the Grand Commander, I salute you. The PM is here.
I greet you. I greet you. So we move. Our PM is here already. So let's start.
Here this evening for any exposition or for any analysis as such. I have come to have interaction with Biafra people because of the development from the fraudulent tribunal. Yesterday, so many people who were calling for the head of Simon Ekpa were thrown into the highest confusion of their lives. And so for that reason, I have come this evening so that we can discuss with Biafra people and those, giving opportunity to those who may have been a victim of Nigeria without knowing, because they are very, very gullible and they have no knowledge about Nigeria. So probably yesterday they have received some kind of anointing, to liberate themselves from the mental slavery of Nigeria. So we're going to have 45 minutes or 30 minutes of conversation, how we are going to accept those who will turn their back at Nigeria, and how we are going to embrace them. And of course, you all know where to get the contact to call in is to go to the Enter Biafra and press the video, and it's going to bring you in to the program. So we have 30 minutes, and I'm going to give every Biafran's opportunity to air their opinion and their views on the recent tribunal judgment. Then tomorrow, we're definitely going to come with analysis based on what we discussed today. So this is not a emergency program per se where I'm going to make exposition or make analysis. Rather, is a program that I'm going to give opportunity to every Biafrans to come here and air their opinion and their view. It is time for you to say however you want it, and let those who will be repenting from the yesterday verdict also hear from you. It's not just about Simon Ekpa, it's not just about me. So I want you to come in and air your opinion and your view. And then tomorrow we're going to have, a well-grounded analysis, as the case may be. All right. So those of you that are watching from different channel, those of you on X platform, on YouTube, Facebook, before you can call in, you need to go to the Enter Biafra, which I posted the link on X. So go to the program, to the profile, our page on X. You're going to see Enter Biafra emergency broadcast link. Click on it to redirect you to the Enter Biafra page. Click on the video sign, and it's going to bring you to this particular program. So we already have few persons here. It's me again. It's me again. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, RPM.
Yes, go ahead.
RPM, what can I say? If they play, they show. It's unfortunate that What you are doing today, you have known it more than 1 year ago, and you have analyzed everything. You ventured to predict against all odds, and it came to pass. The most funniest thing is that some obedient have learned their lesson. There is no way in that place they are going, but the other people still think that you played a very big role in this judgment. And I will explain to you. Maybe you can exonerate yourself. You, are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Some said Nigeria have planned to rig, and it was intentional. But they don't know the way out, because prior to this judgment, Tinubu have been making calls to Peter Obi and Atiku, especially Peter Obi, to drop his agitation, to drop his court actions, so that they will work together. He has made such calls so many times, because they say go to court, and when the man was in court, there are a lot of panic. But on the second hand, this judgment is the most fastest that have ever took place in Nigeria history. It took them only 3 months or less than that to pass verdict. And what is the judgment? They were panicking. They have no way to escape. But Simon Ekpa did an analysis. And that analysis that Simon Ekpa did became the basis of judgment, verbatim. That this issue that you are raising was supposed to come before the election, not after the election. Based on that, they disqualify and say they have no locus backing. And many people are asking, is it that it was this your exposition, that this your analysis, that these judges just verbatim explained? Because there is no technicality in this. It was what Simon Ekpa said. They repeated. So do you think you played a very big role in this judgment? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. One thing you should know is that it is not it's not just about the exposition I made. Every reasonable person should know this. This is is an elementary knowledge that every reasonable person should know. That you can't go, you allow the Tinubu to go through the process of verification, go through the process of passing the primary election from his party, and then you also allowed him to contest, to be a flag bearer of his party, and then to go into the main election as a contestant or aspirant. And then you contested against him, only for you to turn back to say he was convicted in the United States. He forged the document and all that. So every reasonable person should have known that it is all along a scam. And let me tell you that the reason why all these people, Atiku and Obi, all of them, the reason why they are doing what they are doing is to cover a lot of impunities up. It was an agreement between Tinubu and other cabals who are running Nigeria that Tinubu should be the next president because he knows much about the dead Buhari. People don't believe that Buhari is dead, or he's dead, and Tinubu is aware. Tinubu know a lot of things concerning that. So they went into this agreement, and those who are caucus knows that Tinubu have a lot of information which could tear Nigeria apart even faster than the Biafra agitation. So what you see happening now is just a kangaroo court, a kangaroo ruling to deceive the public. Peter Obi is aware of it. He was never serious like I have said from the beginning, from the onset, P2B was only a tool that is being used by the British to lure other Biafrans into supporting one Nigeria, so that by the time they fail like this, you'll be down. You will not have the impetus to come back again and start shouting Biafra, because every reasonable person will say, oh, it's because you lost the election. That's why you are coming down to fight for Biafra. And they're never going to take you serious. So, but look at where we are. We stood our ground because we know something that they don't know. And we stood our ground. So nobody will now come and say, oh, because the P2B has failed, so now Biafra agitation is now burning like a flame. Biafra agitation has been burning like a flame during the election. We have not stopped, continue to burn like a flame after the election. It continued to burn like a flame during the tribunal ruling. So nobody will come down and say, oh, it is because of the P2B lost election. So anybody coming from obedient to join Biafra liberation can join. Nobody's going to, because you don't even know who they are. So nobody will come down and say, oh, it's because of the election. But if all of us have abandoned this particular Biafra agitation, according to them, to go and start following P2B, which is a scam, don't you see that Biafra would have been a closed chapter by now? Because there is no reasonable person that is going to listen to you. They will only say it is because you failed election. And then it become a political movement, which is what all these criminals, defunct criminals that were expelled in the struggle, have been piloting for many years. So, yes, and that is the reason why I'm not making exposition on many things. I'm not making analysis on many things, because Nigeria are dumb. Like most of these people that are, you can imagine the names of those who are the tribunal judges. If you listen to the name, you're going to see they are from Connaught, so they know nothing. They don't have critical thinking. So most of the judges in Nigeria are making their rulings based on public opinion. So you are right. You may be right. That is because of the exposition I made, and that because exactly what I said is how they pronounce their ruling. Exactly what I said. So we cannot completely rule that out, that it is because so this is exactly what they follow. So we already know that the jurisprudence in Nigeria is all about public opinion. That's why anything that is happening, they come to public and they push it to the media instead of them handling it in the court. They want to see how public will react. They want to hear the public opinion, and then the ruling goes that way. And that is a very, very terrible situation, and one of the reasons that we have to get our freedom and begin to practice, the real justice system, and how the judges can make their ruling not based on public opinion, but based on the what the law says. Thank you.
PM,
Yes.
it's good that you recognize that your analysis played a huge role. If not, I would have brought so many instances where Nigeria has actually took your word for word, note for note, and they acted upon it. Many times it has been your exposition, but like you said, you notice it and you stop giving out so many exposition.
Yes.
But if you observe during that Obi campaign was when you studied the ship of IPOB. There came Obi, and we have a lot of heavyweights that we never knew that they were sharp. The likes of WIC throwing their weight behind Peter Obi. And look at here is Simon Ekpa steadying the ship. All of a sudden, there comes a very big distraction. How much do you think this of a pressure were to you? Was it a pressure to you, or because you became a lonely voice crying in the wilderness at that time? But surprise, you say we want to welcome them, we want to do this. So why is it that easy for you?
You see, I am in this struggle to get Biafra. Okay, not for nothing else. I am in this struggle to get freedom. I'm in this struggle to make history. So it does not matter, what happened in the past. It does not matter what transpired between us and the people that are gullible and they followed the wrong path. So if now they have realized their mistake and come to support what we are doing financially and otherwise, I don't have a problem with that. Because the point is that sometimes it is good for things to happen like this so that you can learn. But sometimes it will be very dangerous because it is those who stays alive that will tell the story and also will learn. Many people have died during this election, and today they are not here to tell the story or to learn their lesson. So they died, and they died for nothing. So those who, during that time, they came with a lot of propaganda against me that I'm working for Nigeria government. Even now, they say I'm working for Nigeria government. I don't know the rationale behind that, but anyway, some people say Tinubu have paid me, and I don't know the rationale behind that. So when I had a meeting with the World Congress, and I was very disappointed because these are the people who was also working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I was part of it during that time. And all of a sudden, they turned 360 degree. So it was a shock to me. But then, that's what happens in a movement like this. So when they were talking and shouting P2B and all that, I told them, look, all of you are, some of them are 70 years, some of them are 60 years. You people have known history. You have seen Nigeria, Nigeria have seen you. Some of you also have knowledge about Biafra. So if you think that P2B is going to make any headway, then you are a disgrace to your age. If somebody like me, who may be the same age with their children, some of them know that Nigeria is not going to work, P2B is not going anywhere, and you that are supposed to know better than me, you are following P2B, that all of you will be disgraced. Today, it has happened. So the thing is that the only hope we have is Biafra. And in Biafra, you are going to attain your potential. Your potential you can never attain your potential in Nigeria. Look at who is the Attorney General of Nigeria. Look at who is the CGN of Nigeria. Look at all these people that are making these rulings for the Presidential Tribunal. Look at their names. These are people that studied Islamic law. They knows nothing about common law system, and they don't know how to analyze things critically as lawyers and judges. This is the problem. So most of them will listen to the public, to know what the public is saying or what the public are saying, and they make their ruling based on that. That's what Nigeria is all about. So anybody that studied Nigeria knows how Nigeria's justice system work. They make their ruling based on public opinion. That's why every single thing that comes out, it goes to the Nigeria media, and they're debating it on media and all that. And the lawyers are also the same. So you can never, if you go to Nigeria law school, you are going to behave like them. That's why all these criminal like a job for them, whenever something happens, instead of them to go to court, they post it on social media, because they don't have any other way to have how to defend their client other than public opinion. The judges are doing the same, the lawyers are doing the same. So when you have a case, you throw it to social media. What is the essence of doing that? You want to seek the public opinion, and from there, they get idea how to defend their client. That is the problem in Nigeria. So that's why we are going to fight and do everything for us to exit and fix Biafra judiciary, and the justice system of Biafra is going to be the best in Africa, because we have learned lawyers all over the world, and we're going to, even those in Biafra land are doing wonders too. But so long as you are practicing under the Nigeria system, you are one of them. Thank you.
RPM, this will be the last because you have limited time, but I will say, are you vocally or eloquently stretching this hand to what Igbo Congress and the rest, and how much are you willing to trust them, being the third time that they will betray you in future? Because I dare to predict. Now you want everybody in you and this struggle to get Biafra, anybody that is genuinely pursuing Biafra. But if you have some unstable characters, like the World Igbo Congress, sorry to say, but that's the truth. Are you still vocally expressing this hand of fellowship, and how much are you willing to trust them?
Thank you very much for that question. You see, the issue of trust. The issue of trust is very difficult to say I trust them. I can never trust them. Okay? But that is not to say that if they come to support the Biafra struggle, we are not going to work with them. We're going to work with them with a limited information. So we know how we protect our information, the Biafra movement. so they can join us and support the movement financially and otherwise. But the information they are going to be having will be very limited. And that's what we're going to do to everybody that is coming from obedient to this movement, because they're going to come. You know, most of them today cannot go back to their villages because of the insecurity. And so they need to be part of what we are doing for Biafra to come faster and quicker. So if they come today, we are going to welcome them as prodigal sons and prodigal daughters. So we don't because they have erred, we are going to say no, we are not going to welcome them again. No, if they come today, we want them to come. But one thing I have to assure every Biafran is that, believe me, we know how to play this game, and we play it very well. So anybody that joins us today from Obedient will also feel the sense of belonging. But the information the person will have or the group will have will be very limited. Thank you.
Thank you, PM. I have to let it be for now.
And,
thank you.
Yes, and then also let me recite my quote. If you
let me help you.
Okay, go ahead.
If you try to betray me, you will not succeed.
Okay, that was not the it's not complete, but anyway, let's take your own. So you can if you betray me, you will never succeed. I will not stop anybody from betraying, but of course, if you betray me, you will never succeed. So let us leave it at that, and everybody is welcome back to the Biafra movement. And of course, nobody is going to say because we lost election or because we lost and all that, we never supported Nigeria election, we never supported P2B. P2B remain our enemy till tomorrow. Thank you. All right, there we continue. Mazi, you're welcome to the program. Mazi, are you there?
So thank you so much. Greetings to you. Thank you for all you have done.
Greetings.
You are doing. Thank you for today. My observation in that today is that in fact, actually, like first one, I say that they are copying you. They are listening to your broadcast. See that the judgments, they just give the judgment exactly the way you say it. And if not that you got the idea, they would have proposed. They would have elongated the judgment. The verdict today, because they have what he said, what they from you. That is very close. Because like the last one I said, that is the fastest judgment in the history of Nigeria. Otherwise, they would have waited long time. And see what happened in the courtroom. Surprise, man! Everybody was sleeping. And all of them, they were sleeping. The Efrahaj, my minister, my prime minister. So thank you for everything you are so much. We are looking forward to our convention, and we'll be trying to bring us back, and God use you to defeat you. I don't know where I've been today. If not, because exactly how you say it. Had it been we succumb to that thing, by now they will ask because he lost election, But thank God for the wisdom he gave to you, and we follow. Everybody, those who supported you, all of them, I thank all of them. And these people who said who have obedience, as they come back, we are going to use long school with them. Remember, so they won't release Mazi and the kind of man will stop Obi election. You see how wicked they are. How we are going to follow them, and what we need from them is their finance. Yes, they don't have the money. They should back off. Anybody who wants to join us must come with money. So without them, we do it with them. We do it faster. But without them, we still do what we're doing. So I thank you for everything. I I thank every BIAFRANS who has by why more grace to heavens. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Onyeka, for that. Thank you very much. All right. We continue. Pastor Van Van Vam, you are the next. Pastor Van Van Vam, you're welcome to the program.
Good evening, my Prime Minister.
Good evening from here.
Yeah, I'm honored to be a part of the program tonight. And we want to give glory to Chukwu Kabiama for bringing us this far and for giving us a very, determined and a confident leader in you. And we appreciate you, sir. I want to quickly draw your attention. I'm sure you must have seen it also. The celebration, was it a celebration or was it a congratulatory salute from the Michael Zekome? I saw Michael Zekome, the body language shaking and welcoming, excuse me, the VP of the Zoological Republic. I don't know what he was doing there. Did we see it? So does it not mean that Michael Zekome, when he is in the court there, is fully Zoological Republic and supporting the terrorist government? When he's the other way, he's talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Please, what do you have to say about Michael Zekome? Because I saw the video where he was congratulating, even shaking hands with Shetima. And some of them were taking pictures without they were even looking for autographs. I don't know. So I want to know if you actually saw that.
Well, I have not come across the video. I have not seen the video.
Okay, I will look for it and send it to you. But that was a big concern to me. I saw a video where he was like greeting Shetima. In fact, Shetima wrote it again. We have won again. I think it was a TikTok video from Shetima _ whatever. I saw it on Twitter. Maybe when I come across it again, I will forward it to you.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you that because Ozekome is defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't make him the enemy of every Nigerian. Okay. So in law profession, of course, when you have a client like that, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, does not mean that you become enemy of the state. However, of course, this is in a developed world. So you do your job, and without any compromise or protecting any interest of the opposite side, So, but in Nigeria, what it means is that because of the level of corruption, because of the level of bribery, because of the level of impunity, so once a lawyer does like that to the opposite side, it becomes a sign of compromise. So I wouldn't say that because of that, it makes him a sabo or makes him that is not defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the truth is out there that they have not done enough to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because court has discharged him and there is no reason for him to be there. So they are not doing their job. First of all, the same court told them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried in any court in Nigeria. So once they go to court, what they should have been doing is to maintain the stand of the other court, which says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be tried by any court in Nigeria until the obligation of the first court who pronounced him discharged is met. So they don't need to go to court and start defending whatever the DSS or Nigeria State, brought to that court. So that's where I have issues with them, because the judgment of that court still stand. So anytime they go to court, they should make sure that it is not about discussing whatever frivolous charges brought against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they should stick to maintaining that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be in this court. He's supposed to be freed. That they first of all must respect the other court verdict. If they rearrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then it's a different thing. So you cannot be having another case on top of another case. It doesn't, it is not done anywhere in the world. So because of that particular lackadaisical in their approach in handling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, I would say they are all compromised. So with what you have just said about the video, of course, that cannot be ruled out that indeed they have compromised, and of course we know the level of compromising done by these so-called lawyers. So it is not only about shaking hand. The time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to appear in court, he traveled to the United States, and to celebrate, which means none of them have the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at heart. That is just the fact and the truth. Otherwise, when you have a case, a high-profile case like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, at no point in time would you jeopardize, the opportunity to defend him, and at any point. So, him traveling out of Nigeria, knowing fully well that the court case was coming, and that particular time was the time they did the magic, where Ejiofor went to the court without any document, and then without even the indictment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He went to the court empty-handed, just to present himself there and grant interview to under Mango 3 journalist. So I would say that it is not because of shaking Shetima, but generally with their body language and actions, they have compromised. So I will say openly that they have compromised, including Michael Zokome, but not because of the shaking of Shetima, because he cannot be enemy to everybody because he's defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my Prime Minister. That was just my observation, and I wanted to bring it up. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue. Okay, please, those who have spoken should leave while other people can come in. But if no other person want to speak, I want to also make it very clear that anybody who has been part of P2B, Obediot, and want to now, you have now convinced that Nigeria is not working and will never work again, you're welcome to the Biafra movement. But like I said, you are going to be limited from having some certain information, but you can join us. And it is time we are going to embrace the unity, the unification of Biafra people all over the world. This movement is not a one-man movement. So if you find yourself disappointed because of what happened, let me tell you, more disappointment is coming your way unless you repent and, turn to Biafra freedom. More disappointment is going to come your way, whether you like it or not. We have been able to make sure that we are, fortifying our Biafra Liberation Army with equipment that they need to face the Nigeria terrorist state. And so by the time we are going to launch the Biafra Liberation Army, the world will know that indeed a lot has been happening in Biafra land. So Chukwu Austin, you're welcome to the program.
Welcome, my PM. Good evening, my PM.
Yes. Go ahead.
My PM, I just want to thank you for the marvelous work that you've been doing. Yesterday, we watched it to be disgraced in the court. And the worst of it all is that all the lawyers were there sleeping to show that already they know that P2B have failed. Even I tweeted him today telling him that he should apologize to you so that two of you will put us together so that what we are looking for will be very, very easy. But I know he will not do so because of his strong head. But at last, he will see what he do to himself. So I thank you, and I've seen how equipped our armies are, hoping that we are going to deal with Nigerian government and we are going to deal with them mercilessly. So thank you very much, my PM, and God will continue to bless you.
Thank you very much. It is not we are going to. It is not we are going to. We have been dealing with them. That's why you don't see them killing Biafrans like they killed before.
Of course, my PM.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what is going on. It is because of the Biafra Liberation Army that made the terrorist state of Nigeria not to kill our people like they usually do. So we
Yes.
have equipment to face them, and we are facing them every day. So the day we are going to launch the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra people will know, how prepared we are. And that's why it is important that everyone who is disappointed from yesterday, maybe that is a turning point, a paradigm shift for them. They are welcome to the movement. Thank you very much, Chukwu Austin.
Thank you, my PM. May God bless you.
All right, we are still, this is almost 49 minutes. And so I think 1 hour is okay minus the jingle time, which is about 14 minutes or so. So we're going to have, we're going to close in the next 10 minutes. So we need more people to, to come in and air their opinion and their view on the latest development of the fraudulent election in Nigeria. The list of commissioners that we did not mention from Abia State, from Ebonyi State, from Delta State, and Enugu State will be made public very soon. As I promised Biafrans, a few days ago, we're going to make it very open soon, so that they will know that Biafra land is no longer will no longer be conducive for those who participated in killing Biafrans. So we're going to make sure that none of them will have peace until Biafra come. And of course, the same thing goes to our next civil disobedience that is coming from the 18th of September. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released on 15th or before 15th of September, the next civil disobedience is coming, which has curfew and other, and other things that we're going to, implement. So, Eta Biafra Obi Such, unmute yourself. Enter Biafra, you do not have audio. Your audio is not on. Enter Biafra, your audio is not on.
Welcome to Helsinki. We are about to visit Messukeskus Helsinki, an expo and convention center, which is one of the largest ones in the Nordic countries. Messukeskus has exhibition halls, a conference wing, and also a hotel, right all under the same roof. It's only 5 minutes away from the city center, or a short train ride away from the airport.
The exhibition halls are behind me, and just here we have the entrance to our meeting rooms in our conference wing. We have the latest technology in-house. For example, in January 2017 we already had augmented reality in our exhibition halls. Our Wi-Fi is built for 20,000 people and is free of charge. Our professional AV team is there to help you for anything you need. However, if you have your own reliable partner, you're welcome to bring them along as well. We are now in the private entrance of our conference wing with 40 meeting rooms available. Messukeskus Helsinki is a large venue, but we welcome events of any size. This is our largest meeting room in our conference wing. All our meeting rooms are equipped with the latest AV technology, air conditioning or heating, and the Wi-Fi.
Messukeskus Helsinki has hosted world-class seminars, festivals, fairs, exhibitions, even TV productions, and of course international congresses. Thank you for visiting Messukeskus and Helsinki virtually. We hope to see you soon in person.
possessed. And I told them, I said, Simon Ekpa is fully possessed, and also is a man that everybody should be careful to stay out. What's the meaning of that? The meaning of that is what is called the possessed with the spirit of freedom. When somebody is possessed with the spirit of freedom, it will be in such a way that the person has no any other thing to do than to fight for what's called freedom. So you look at the Biafran land as a place called the fatherland of Biafra. The spirit of freedom right there in Biafra has already completely possessed Simon Ekpa. And as he has possessed Simon Ekpa, you that is trying to begin to, make noise or fight with him or do one thing or the other, you are also fighting the spirit of freedom. And if anything happened to you, it is not my concern, because you don't understand how spiritual things and the things of the spirit goes. Because in the realm of the spirit, when God wants to make sure somebody is used for a purpose, the person will be used based on the coming upon the spirit, or what the kind of power that has possessed you, or the spirit that has possessed you. So spirit of freedom is already in his life and has possessed him fully, and they cannot talk any other thing than what's called freedom. And if anybody needs to move on the same direction or the same path, you must also come to the level of that level of spirit of freedom to endow you and possess you, and then you can be able to talk about freedom. People that talk about freedom with empty mouth, they end up and they're carried by chaff. When the wind blows, they are carried away. People that talk about freedom, when something bribe is given to them, they will just betray and go away. But people that are possessed with the spirit of freedom, with the spirit of Biafra land, no matter the bribe you give to them, they will never accept your bribe. They will never agree with you. If you like, take presidency of social country, they will never accept it from you, except that freedom that has possessed them, that they are after. That's what they go about. So Simon Ekpa is already filled with the spirit of what's called freedom fighting. And so you should stay clear and not fight the man that has received what is called the grace, or received the power or the spirit of freedom. Don't fight that man. Fighting that man will destroy your life. It may even cost you what you will never, you and your generation may continue to suffer it. So I am not here to begin to, follow anybody or side anybody. I am here to throw the light of what I am seeing in the spirit, because the spiritual always control the physical. And when I'm giving the message that's called the spiritual message, I pass it raw the way it is. So Simon Ekpa is a man that has already been filled and also possessed fully with the spirit of freedom. And spirit of freedom is not the kind of spirit that you joke with. When Jesus came upon the face of the earth, he said, the spirit of the Father is upon me, for he has anointed me. The spirit of the Lord has come upon me. He has anointed me to preach the good tidings, to spread the good news, to carry the word of God all over the place. And Jesus went about, was doing exactly what the spirit of the Father possessed him to do. And that same spirit was what made him, that even to extent that he died on the cross and was buried, and on the third day he resurrected, because there's a spirit that quickeneth the dead body. And the spirit quickened Jesus, and Jesus went up and began to do exactly what he came to the world to do. So Simon Ekpa, you are seeing, is a disciple of what's called freedom fighting, and the spirit of freedom has fully possessed him, and you can never separate him from that spirit. And they can never one day wake up and talk about any other thing rather than talking about freedom. And that is why most of the revelations you are seeing, and most of the deep mysteries and deep things that is bringing out here and there, is based on the spirit of freedom that is upon his life. So if you want to stop him, go first of all and remove the spirit of freedom out of him. So when you remove the spirit of freedom, then you can have a way. But if you cannot remove the spirit of freedom, you better join him and not fight him. That is what's going on. And then you come to the Biafran land as a Biafran nation. All the people that must talk about freedom are people in the class of what's called Jim or Jumegu Ojuku. We talk about people, you go straight away, you talk about somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. You talk about every other person that is not known, but they are hot. You talk about Simon Ekpa. You talk about Major Prophet David King Elijah. We are not talking about this freedom based on, we are or we want to collect money or this or that. We are talking about the emancipation of God's people. God's people is in Nigeria, and also their light is not shining. It's supposed to shine the way it ought to shine to change the destiny of Africa. to change the destiny of the people right here in the South Africa and the West Africa, Nigeria side, to change their destiny, to even bring a blessing to Yorubas, to the Hausas, to Fulanis, and everywhere, to bring the light that will shine permanently. But it is quite unfortunate that some people have sat on these things and not allowing this light to shine. And this is what has been causing the deep darkness that has covered all over the place. And so major prophet of God is in the business of also throwing the light in the prophetic, so that people that know what's called the truth can be able to follow the truth, because a prophet is a prophet. And any nation that must be great in life must also work with what's called people that are possessed with the spirit of freedom. People that are filled with the spirit of freedom. Jesus said, the spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach the good tidings. So this is the work of the Spirit. It's not the work of flesh and blood. It is things of the Spirit. And that is why I keep on saying, if you must follow a man that is led by the Spirit, you also have to be spiritual. If you are not spiritual, you begin to chase shadow. You will be talking out of the point, going here and there, chasing the cloud and cloud chaser and all of that. You will not know how things are going. And this is why we try to follow up in the realm of the Spirit, and everything that has been happening in the prophetic aspect of everything happening with Nigeria and all the people that are fighting for freedom in Nigeria. We've been able to stand in the gap to also detail them how they're going to end up, and they are also happening that way. It's a proof of what's called being endowed and being possessed with the spirit of freedom. So you, before you talk about freedom, pray for the spirit of freedom to come upon you. If the spirit of freedom comes upon you, finish, matter settle. That is how it works. Without the spirit of freedom, you cannot talk about freedom. And when you talk about freedom, you will just be looking for who to fight and who to quarrel. You will not mean the real deal, because this freedom we are fighting for will surely come to pass. It's just one day God will prove the world that he is God, and something great.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Thank you very much for being part of this program today. And as you all know, the Idoakanono still continues. We are not going back, and we are not taking back our word. Idoakanono continues until you see a drastic change, on those criminals who are bringing killers to our land. So Idoakanono continues, and Onya Idoakanono, let him keep quiet. So everybody is going to receive this particular blessing very, very soon. Those who have made it as a business for them to be bringing killers to our land to kill Biafrans, Idoakanono will get to you. I want to thank you all for watching up to this moment. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless all those who are sacrificing everything for freedom of Biafra. May God bless Ibuho and Co. May God bless all of you, Mwada and Co. May God bless the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Cabinet. May God bless the monarchs of Biafra in the homeland. May God bless the de facto government in the homeland. From here, from me, is good evening.
Well, Anagwo Onere, according to the people Kuruku, we heard it. The gate is wide open for anyone that wants to go home. The gate is wide open. So, Biafrans, I must say thank you so much for being part of the program. The PM remains our PM, and we will always cherish and love him. So, the soldiers in the studio, I think Gaddafi here, they're wrong, come out. Okay. The soldiers in the studio, Mazi Battle Cry, I beg great Biafrans before we will shut down. Or make I repeat the program.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hi, BIAFRANS. Wherever you're watching us, we thank you this evening for joining us and hearing our Prime Minister, what he have said there. It's quite clear that the door is open. He that hears, let him hear. Like the scripture may say it, that I am knocking on the door. If you open the door, I will come in and dine with you. So that is the message of Yeshua. So as Prime Minister is dishing out the truth, dishing out the update to you, is knocking on your door. So if you hear, not open your door and he will come in and dine with you. But if you close your door, I don't know what will be of you. It is also in our adage that when a child stand up and refuse to bend down to cut off a young tuber, you will let her bend down and bring it out. I think Obi has a very massive chance now, and he's obedient to try to, make a U-turn. It is not too late. What is written is written. There is a covenant they made in the zoo that Igbo man will not rule. According to the currency named Naira, never allow Igbo man rule again. That is the covenant. So it will not happen. He's a daydreamer. Obi is a complete daydreamer. So my people, Biafrans, wherever you are watching us, believe in the word that we are saying. If you say that you are a spiritual person and you are a follower of Chukwu Okike Abiama, believe in his word. When he said in 2 Chronicles chapter 20, he said, believe in the word of, believe in your prophet and believe in the Chukwu Okike Abiama, that he will preserve you. So believe in the doctrine Mazi Nnamdi has left for us before he was kidnapped, and believe in his own disciple, Mazi Samuel, currently our Prime Minister now in Biafra Republic government in exile. Believe in his word, because there is something he saw in this man before he said you must go and listen to him, share his broadcast accordingly. That is bringing a new dimension to this awareness that we are making. He's doing a fantastic work. So believe in him and follow him. From me here, I say good evening. May Chukwu Okike bless all, bless Mazi Nnamdi, bless ESM, bless Biafra Army Liberation, bless Omada and Co. Thank you very much from here.
There were Mazi Gaddafi, the police. You have the mic.
Thank you.
This one where your face be like person where just wake up from sleep.
From my time here, this is 5 a.m.
Allah.
Thank you, Biafran people. We must continue. Our time is no longer our own. Biafra owns everything that we have. I just want to say thank you, Biafran people. Thank you. You guys are doing marvelous. But for obedience, you guys can see the progress so far that we have made without you people. One thing that is certain is whether you come or you did not come, Biafra is sure. And there's something that as they are coming, they must know. The thing is that if they like, let all Biafran become president of zoo. We are not abandoning Biafra. When people are, in every journey, you can see Lot's wife. Those that look back, you can see what they turn to. So they've looked back and they turn what they have turned to. Now they still have this grace to adjust their way. If they like, let my own papa come out from grave to become president. We are not abandoning Biafra. Nothing. And, there are 2 or 3 types of people that are existing on this earth. Those that make things happen and those that watch things happen and those that tell the story. So I am glad that I'm among the saints that are making things happen, because if we dump this struggle the way they did, they will not come to join us where we are today. We would have started afresh. But thank God, because who already let us know, I could borrow this word, we know the end from the beginning. obedience. Obi himself knew that he will never be president. He knew. Because if you remember how he traveled, he was in PDP. Before the PDP primary, he went to UK, negotiate with a Katrina Lang. After their useless and evil arrangements, he came back as a distractor. But we were focused. So anybody that's coming to join us, you will remain focused, because even to the extent that sometimes I like quoting Bible, because most of us believe we are Christians, and I want to use your own mirror to show you the deities that is in your face. That's why I refer you to Bible. They said there was a time Paul was gathering firewood, and snake out of the firewood and strike him. They said people was waiting for him to fall down and die. At the end of the day, he didn't die. The same Bible says the people changed their mind. So some of you that thought if you abandon the Mazi and the Kanu, who has fought for you for years, if you abandon him, there's somebody called something Jaja. That guy wrote something, he wrote that Mazi and the Kanu commended in Facebook. Do you know that this boy is #1 obedient? This is a guy that wrote something that Mazi and the Kanu himself recommended what he said. For this guy, anytime I go Facebook, most of them I block them, but I purposely did not block this particular person. I said, let me see the day he will finally disgrace what he's coming to say. But thanks be to God that even the Zoo government recognized Mazi, Simon Ekpa, and the Prime Minister of Biafra. They just gave him Attorney General of the Federation of that zoo, because his judgment was what the whole sleeping judge took from. That is why they didn't bother, because they have already gotten what they want to go to court and say. Because you did not stop the person from the beginning. You did not stop the person, but you allow him to go for the election. At the end of the day, you think you can stop him. So, but I'm also happy because the Nigeria that happened to Mazi and the Kanu has also happened to Obedience. So it's now for them to come and join us to fight for Mazi and the Kanu, because violence is what they want, and violence will take Mazi and the Kanu by force. We'll take him by violence. What I'm trying to say is that we need more money to buy more guns. As you can see, that NTA, that just ordinary, that one we displayed. I thank God even the accountabilities are changing their mind. That is a good one. So we are focused, our eyes on the ball. We are not giving up. And Biafran people, we will never disappoint you. It's a never, because our oath is the oath of our conscience. We are not going to pay you. Keep on keeping on. We are with you. We promise you Biafra, Biafra we get. Thank you, Biafran people. Thank you, Mazugo, the 247. I thank you because you're always there doing those things you know how to do best. Battle Cry, also I salute you.
Good evening, my brother.
Because it isn't easy. Even to Ezekiel, you know they're easy for him, but we are keeping on. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay. It's not even easy for Ezekiel. Biafranzola, thank you so much. Well done. Thank you, and more blessings to our Prime Minister, and more strength and more grace to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He dey play, he dey show. Anytime I want to obula yelu. So, Biafrans, we are going, and we are going. When you hear we are going, we go there go. So from me, is goodbye.
Nandi, Amen.